Hi everyone, Hayden Simmons here from the Portrait Guru, a channel to help you improve your drawings, your art, and especially your portrait drawings. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a beginner's tutorial to help you draw eyes, covering essential techniques and various angles. Stick around until the end as I'll share some crucial tips that you need to incorporate to dramatically improve your eye drawings.
But let's start by breaking the eye down. So the eye includes these essential elements: the iris, pupil, eyebrow, and upper and lower lids. Remember, the eye isn't flat but curved like a sphere, which is a common mistake a lot of beginners make. I recommend practicing drawing these eye diagrams to understand its curved nature. The eye has wide pupils in low light, faraway objects, and happy emotions, while small pupils are shown in bright light, close objects, and shocked or angry emotions. Eyes sit one eye width apart from each other, so drawing an eye straight on. So step 1, begin by drawing a simple circle to represent the eyeball. This will serve as the foundation for your eye drawing. Step 2, within the circle, draw the iris and pupil. The iris is the coloured part of the eye and the pupil is the dark centre. Step 3, draw the upper and lower eyelids around the iris and pupil. Follow the eye shape for a 3D look. Check that your eyelids match the circle's length you drew at the start. Normally, the upper eyelid covers some of the iris and the peaks of the eyelids don't line up perfectly. The highest point of the upper eyelid should be nearer to the inner eye, while the highest point of the lower eyelid should be closer to the outer corner. Additionally, the lower eyelid tends to be more horizontal, while the upper eyelid has a curved nature. So think of 3 lines for the upper and 2 lines for the lower. Step 4. Add the corners of the eyes, known as the inner and outer corner. These help define the shape and the expression of the eye. This is usually drawn as a C shape for the inner part and a V shape for the outer. Step 5. Erase the initial circle and redefine the shape of the eyelids. Add creases to the eyelids for a natural, lifelike appearance. Step 6. Fill in the pupil with a dark shade, leaving small areas for reflections or highlights. These reflections add depth and realism to the eye. Step 7. Shade inside the eye to make it more real. Think about light and dark to give it a 3D feel. Draw shadows around the eyelids, under the eye, and around the corners. Use shading to make some parts darker and then some parts lighter, which makes it look deeper and more real life. This is because it imitates how light shines on the face. Step 8. Make sure your eyelashes look different and varied. Start them thin near the inner corner of the eye, then make them thicker as they go towards the outer corner. Also, make sure they spread out naturally, not just sticking straight out from the eye. And there you have it, a finished eye drawing. So drawing an eye looking down. So when drawing an eye looking down, start with the same basic steps, but adjust the position of the iris and lower pupil on the eyeball. Link back to the diagrams at the start of this video to help with this. Pay attention to the curve of the eyelids and the angle of the eyebrows. Here's a top tip: increase your line thickness of the eyelids for an extra 3D feel. When the eye looks sideways, down or up, pupil appears taller. This is because the curved shape of the eye changes how we see the pupil. Even though the pupil stays the same shape, the curved surface makes it look longer when we look at it from different angles. Drawing an eye looking up. For an eye looking up, follow the similar steps, but position this iris and the pupil higher up on the eyeball. The lower eyelid may be less visible, and there may be more space between the eye and the upper eyelid. Drawing an eye looking to the side. So when drawing an eye looking to the side, adjust the placement of the iris and the pupil accordingly. Pay close attention to the angle of the eye and the direction of the gaze. Remember to practice those diagrams at the start of the video.
So here's my top tips to keep in mind whilst drawing eyes. Draw around the eyeball and the shape of the eyeball. Remember, eyes aren't flat and they're curved in nature, so shade accordingly. Add variation, so avoid making both of the eyes exactly the same. Learn the eye's parts and anatomy. So if you know and understand how eyes work and fit together, this will dramatically improve your eye drawings. Capture emotions. So every eye and face tells a story about that person and the motions they're going through. And then lastly, try experimenting with different shading techniques within your eye drawings. So try a pencil, try pen drawings, so cross-hatching to stippling, or anything that you can get your hands on, and experiment with your eye drawings.
And I highly recommend you check out these drawing exercises to further improve your drawing skill.